Welcome to Verbal Prick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show, right? Briefly, we're going to touch base on the Derek Chauvin sentencing, which took place today. They gave him 22.5 years. I think that was light. He could be eligible for parole after 15 years. I think should have been a little harsh due to the nature of the crime that he committed, right? But in watching the whole thing, and you know how we do here on Verbal Pick Radio, there's a lot of teaching moments that came about during the sentencing phase for Derek Chauvin. Now, look at George Floyd's daughter, 7 years old. They said, well, anything you want to ask him? Yeah. She wanted to ask, why did you hurt my daddy? She didn't say, why did you kill him? Why did you murder him? She said, why did you hurt him? Right? Because you only could hurt the flesh. You can't kill the spirit. 7-year-old girl understands that. She also said, he's not gone. And the lady was like, well, you mean he's still here in spirit? She was like, you're well, right. Yeah, I understand what's going on, right? Teaching moment, right? Wisdom coming from babes. Now, I don't take anything from George Floyd's family, the male family members. But if we can teach on what took place, then allow me. First, you never show the devil, and I'm calling Chauvin a devil due to how he just carelessly and calmly murdered George Floyd. Only a devil is that callous and cold, right? Show emotions to the devil, right? You look the devil in his eyes and you called him a devil, right? That way he can come out of his protective shell and show himself and reveal himself. You are the devil. When you watch these exorcisms, shows and movies and whatnot, you got to call the devil by name. Then he responds, but when you don't call him by name and call him out, he'll be quiet and sit there and just, because you don't have his attention. He don't care anything about you crying. He don't care about your emotions. He don't care about your loss. Matter of fact, he wants to see you crying in front of him because in his sick mind, you giving him a victory. You are pandering to his ego. You don't even know it, right? He thinks that there is, or he hasn't ran across a black man that would look him in his eyes and call him a devil, right? And say, you a liar. You've been a liar. You a liar from the beginning. You a murderer. There's no good in you. Now you whooping him, right? Now you going to start seeing him squirming in his seat. He getting hot. He ready to lash out so his true self can come out and the public can see him for who he is, which is the devil. But when you come humble and you say, well, we're going to miss my brother, why'd you do this? Because he's the devil. That's what he does. There's nothing you can do about it. The devil is the devil all the time. They've made a movie about it. The devil all the time. Right? But I don't blame any of the Floyd brothers, right? I blame the activists and the religious or spiritual teachers that they may have been brought up under for not preparing them to understand the actions and how you confront a devil. They made black people think that you're being a better person when you humble yourself to the devil. They made black people believe that you are in favor with God when you show emotions or you might cry in front of the devil. But they were wrong. They lied to you, right? You don't get no kudos or no extra points for being humble in front of the devil. The devil is the devil. You treat the devil like the devil. You can't treat the devil like he's Jesus. You can't treat Satan like he's God. You treat Satan like he's Satan. You treat the devil like he's the devil. That way he knows that you know who he is, and he understands when he's being dealt with properly. Anything else does not suffice. Anything else is zero. Anything else does not matter. You treat the devil how the devil should be treated. You don't waste your good God-given emotions and tears on the devil. You whoop the devil behind. You tell the devil, I know you. You of your father, the devil. And the lust of your father you will do. You were a liar and a murderer from the beginning. I know you, devil. That's why you was able to put your knee on my brother's neck for over 9 minutes like it wasn't nothing. Like you was killing a dog in the streets. Because you are the devil. You call him out. You not going to ever, black folks realize it's 2021. See, the method y'all trying to see, it's the method, a percentage of black people, not all black people, because a lot of black people hip to what's really going on, right? But there's still a large percentage out there who don't know how to treat the devil. They don't understand that method, that model was tried during slavery and right after slavery, right? Especially during slavery. See, during slavery time, they tried everything to see if they can reach the sympathy of the devil or the colonizer, right? The slave master, right? They tried everything, right? And then they realized, right? Wait a minute. There is no good in him, because they tried the devil man, or they tried the colonizer man, or whatever you want to call him. They tried him, right, to see if there was any sympathy in him. It's like Abraham. We're gonna try all y'all till we can find one. Couldn't find none, right? Then they tried the devil woman, right, or the colonizer woman, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just like the slave master woman, right? Found out they were playing good cop, bad cop. She was just as wicked as he was, right? They even tried the children, right, and found out with no loyalty. They didn't give a damn about them, right? So they said, okay, I tell you what, we finna start having uprising, right? So that's when they realized, hell, okay, there's not an ounce of love for us, then we ain't gonna be no ounce of love for you. So they started having little uprisings on plantations and fighting back and started coming together, uniting, because they would say, hey, we all the same about this and bullshit. You know, we thought that somebody had some love or sympathy for us, you know, but no, it was steadily harsh treatment, steadily harsh work, and steadily brutality, right? So they said, okay, that's it. We finna tear it up, right? And then they were like, okay, wait. We need to, y'all need to free these slaves, because they're gonna tear up America. Okay, we'll free the slaves, but give us our money back for what we had purchased them for. And then the North was like, nah, we can't give your money back. You know, we'll just unite, create a union, and you know, we'll find another way to deal with this issue. But look, they outnumber us on these plantations. They steadily growing in population. Our, meaning the colonizers' population, they're steadily dwindling. We got to come with a solution. Let's ship them back to Africa. The black preachers was like, nah, we don't want to go back to Africa. Although some went to Africa, Liberia, Monrovia. And the preachers were like, nah, we helped build this country. We're going to stay right here. Okay. Bam. Right. So the North was like, look, well, I tell you what, we're not going to give you money back, but let's all come up under one banner, United States, and we'll just create the union and let's build like that. South was like, nah, that's all right. We got money. We good. We'll take our chances. Mexico had already outlawed slavery, and Civil War was on. North won. South never got over it. And it's still some harsh feelings, right? And so the slaves, or the once slaves, started uniting, started understanding this system. So then what they did was they said, okay, I tell you what we'll do is, so the slaves like, we need to build, because they was already uniting and building before the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Already putting plans together. Meaning slavery had really wore out its welcome and the people got sick of it. But look, to be honest with you, slavery ended it when the people said no more. Right? The people could have said no more a long time ago if they were trying to understand this new man. They trying to understand who. Now, black people understood indentured servitude, right? That's been going on for thousands of years. But this type of harsh, brutal slavery, they didn't understand. And they didn't understand how another man could be so cruel to another man. So they had to figure him out. Like, hey, God, is this real? Or what's really going on? Okay, if this is your will, God, we'll be up under it for a minute. Time went on and the people got to saying, wait a minute, this is not right. This is not right. We're not taking this shit no more. They start setting up uprising. Start burning shit. Start poisoning food. Start killing. Start, hey, we not having this. So towards the end, okay, hey, look, man, we gotta look, I tell you what, we're not gonna educate them. This the colonizer. We're not gonna educate them, right? We're gonna set them free, right? But since they not gonna, since we didn't allow them to read or write, they're gonna have to turn around and come back to us for survival. Working on as sharecroppers or in order to maintain, because what they gonna do with freedom? They never knew freedom. We just gonna let them be free without giving them any type of skills in order to self-sustain themselves, right? It's okay, bad. They let the slaves become free, but now the slaves had to turn around and offer their services for little wages in order to survive. But some places like Tulsa, Oklahoma, they building Black Wall Streets. White folks get mad. They burn the town down. Right? And so black folks still figuring out, man, who is this man we up against? Or who is this man we actually dealing with to be so harsh, so cruel, and so evil towards us, right? Right? And so time went on. Right. Police brutality still happening. Things haven't changed. Right. And then, we got to talk about it. July 4th, 1930, Nasrallah Muhammad comes to America. We'll talk about that at a later date. But I'm saying this to say that there's a way that men has to deal with men. Now, after the Emancipation Proclamation, when you all know we just celebrated the Juneteenth celebration, right? What did the people do when they first found out of their newfound freedom in Texas? What did the Texas slaves do, right? And this is what all Texans and black people who from Texas and Louisiana and right around there, even Oklahoma and all up in there, all Arkansas too, Texarkana, what all we got to do, right? What did they do when they got their newfound freedom? They started rounding up family members from different plantations. And they start educating each other, right? Then they start suing the slaveholders. Wait a minute, why? They knew you're going to have to get you some money, some economics, right? See, black people, you listening to the wrong people is what I'm saying. That's when I tell you, look, you ain't got to like Minister Farrakhan. When I say just go listen and extract that knowledge and use it for yourself. Build. You ain't got to say, oh, I follow Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay, if you don't want to, that's fine. But get the knowledge And I'm using the knowledge, you using knowledge, this person using knowledge. Now we got peace and we building and we doing what our ancestors set out to do when they first thing they did was start uniting, meaning building a family. Then they educated themselves. Then they suing the slaveholders. Right? So when you out in public, look, it's a lot of racist white people out there that don't like you. That's not finna give you the service that you paid for. That's gonna break the law when it concerns you. And you got money sitting on the table and all you gotta do is sue their ass. You won't sue because you're afraid to sue. Where did you get that fear from? Well, that fear, they taught you fear when you was a baby. Then they kept adding on to that fear through their religious practice, which they pointed to preaching, and they teach you fear through religion. So you're afraid because you see them as white Jesus, so you're not finna sue their ass or even look them in the eye and call them a devil. And it shows, and they know it, right? They looking at you. He right, watch this, right? They say, watch this. Derek Chauvin was sitting there, look stone faced, and say, look, these grown men crying. Won't even call me the devil. Won't even call me out. And in his sick mind, Derek Chauvin felt he was victorious because look at the way he killed and murdered George Floyd. Had a knee on his neck. He didn't have no emotions. You expecting to extract emotions from an emotionless person. You seeking to look ones who took justice from you. We're going to continue this here on Verbal Pick Radio. It gets deeper than that. Verbal Pick Radio, we're out.